And we are back from the break, and the party was heading back to the ship, but Braxon wanted to make a quick stop along the way, and Lafdul wanted to swing by his Thieves Guild. So, Braxon, we'll start with you.
Okay, so I know I went to the magic shop the other day, and I don't remember what I asked about. But Braxon wants to go look for anything, dust, liquid he can put on a metal, or like handcuffs or something that stops someone from teleporting away. Maybe something he can put on his man catcher. He's determined to use that man catcher at some point.
I mean, you just got to use the man catcher.
Yeah.
But no,
I
they're
mean,
not going to have anything like that.
They're not going to have anything like that. Okay. All right, fair enough. You never know. There might randomly be some sort of liquid.
Well, I mean, they're not going to have super duper rare stuff, so it's basically limited to what's in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Yeah.
Or Spelljammer specific items.
I got something you might have thought of. Something that leaves a mark on someone and you can just telepathically know where it is, or you have the ability to track it suddenly once you've applied it to the target.
That you're very much looking in spell zone as opposed to magic items.
Yeah.
I mean, there is quite literally the wizard's mark.
Right. So let me describe how magic items that are available on Brawl. It's if you say I want to see if there's a potion of healing, I can roll for that. If you're saying I want to see if there's this item that doesn't actually exist that you will have to create right now, can you roll for that? I'm gonna say no, it's not there.
You mean every time I've gone to look for this magic item, I should have looked in the DMG and said, "Can I have number 4 out the DMG instead?"
I mean, not number 4, but yeah, if you wanna look for a potion of healing, I can roll to see if there's a potion of healing. But I'm not gonna roll to see if some magic item that you've just invented in your head exists, because the answer is gonna be no.
It's got to be a real magic item that he can roll on a list.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, like I managed to find a ring for learning languages before by pure fluke.
Yes, but there was at least a relevant magic item available in that.
That
type of thing.
Yeah.
And that was also the arcane. That wasn't anything else. And that was a very important magic item for you to have available to you in a sphere where you didn't, for the most part, speak any of the local languages.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a difference there.
Yeah, I know. I guess the other thing Braxton will ask for, which I'm guessing the answer might be no, is do they have anything that could be thrown in the face of a spellcaster to stop them seeing?
You can buy some sand, yes. You can buy some non-magical sand. You can get pocket sand.
Okay.
In fact, you don't even need to buy it.
Don't need to buy for the pocket sand.
Pocket sand. Oh, sand from your own pockets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can get some like ink and stuff. We ask the alchemy people to get something that's more sticky.
Yeah, well, I mean, like if you want to throw something in someone's face, you don't need something magical for that.
I guess Braxton can go back to the ship and get try and make it like a bag of sawdust or something that he can throw as a missile that splits open.
Yeah.
Or you scoop a handful of it out and throw it at someone's face.
Yeah.
No, Braxton, I have the perfect thing for you. You should get like a piece of glass, put it in a bag, and then smash it on a table. Then you have glass dust.
That's pretty evil.
Personally, I would go just a fistful of ground pepper.
Yeah, the pepper would work. That would be blinding and miserable.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll probably have that on the ship, won't we?
You just buy some.
All right.
Costs you like a copper or maybe a silver if you.
Yeah.
If it's
So
rare.
like keep in mind, like you're welcome to try in combat any realistic physical action that your character could theoretically try.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You could try parkour. It's probably not going to go well, but you could try it, for example.
Or you can try
it would
to mount,
probably go very badly in the office sort of way. But at the same time, like, yeah, you can get marbles to roll to toss down. You can get caltrops. You can get dog pepper, aniseed to throw at animals. You can
That stink.
Yeah, you can get bags of sand that you keep on your belt that you throw in people's face. You can try tripping them. You can try, disarming them by knocking their weapon out of their hand. You can try all these things, but sometimes you may need to plan for that if you want to actually bring some things along. You don't need magic for any of those things.
Yeah. No, that sounds good. I'm just thinking that Braxon's on the back foot a bit with this guy because he's got magical powers.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can do something that interferes with his spellcasting, it might help one of the other spellcasters to get a spell off. So
if they got like a scroll of protection from magic or a potion of magic shielding or something like that. It's something that all can roll up because they exist, those items.
Braxon, there's one really good way to disrupt a spellcaster from casting spells.
Stab them.
Indeed.
Or if stabbing doesn't work because let's say they have like a stone skin up, wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just grab them.
Yeah.
And
no, neither of those items at Lafdul are available.
Okay, I think
too rare, or you just rolled.
I just rolled.
We got that special mortar and pestle, so I think I think Brax is going to get some pepper and then grind it up if it's not already ground.
That's going to be like micro dust. It's going to be so fine.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll take a look to see how much some pepper would cost you. While I'm doing that,
maybe an exotic spice, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
You are heading over to the.
Yeah, I just need to report in and tell them about ongoings. I want to tell them about Maratsu, to Numeria about Maratsu having a potential asteroid or base. I imagine she'd be interested in knowing that. And obviously a rundown of the what I saw in the Royal Gardens, Palace, Keep, whatever.
I mean, you basically did hire her to try to find him.
Oh, yeah, I did pay her to do something. I can't remember what it was now.
You were like, can you figure out anything about Maratsu, where he is? Or
oh,
anything?
Yeah. I suppose now that I've got more of a lead with the asteroid, I might be able to look. Oh, no.
She would definitely tell you that she has not been able to find anything of note.
All right.
Meanwhile,
I can give her like.
Yep.
I can tell her like how long, because we learned this today. How long Maratsu's been back on Bral? Like a year or something? Was
6
it a year?
months.
6 months. Yeah.
6 months is how long the bovine creatures had. Yeah. So you.
Oh yeah, I don't know then.
Like that. I mean, it's a it's a cutoff point to a certain extent. You know, he arrived before then. He came back before then. Kind of thing.
I assume Samara would have like a map on the city of Bral somewhere, yeah? In the Thieves Guild Hall. So, yeah, because I want to relay to her when we were using an item to track Maratsu. Mauricio. These are like locations he goes between. So
it's a very rough map because sometimes the buildings get torn down.
Yeah, no, but I can just
up
point to,
like
he goes up here, does this. Yeah, I'm just trying to feed her information to.
So at this point, with what you share with her and what she knows, she's not sure that there's anything that she can do further to help you find Mauricio in terms of like where his hideout is, because she does not have really any access to anything off of Bral, unless it's in like a village kind of thing, a nearby village. So exactly what she's not really going to be able to help you further find Mauricio, but she can help in other ways if you can think of something. But she will be interested in what you saw inside the palace there, some of which she already suspected or knew, but
having eyes on is
a little bit of extra information is useful.
Yeah, I'll mention about the Halfling Guild. The second in command was obviously for the Red Masks. He was one of the people that were slain by the Halfling Guilds.
Yeah, I mean, she would be aware by now that
who that person was.
Yeah,
but I can fill her in with, like, we believe that he might have been possessed, or the guard captain might have been possessed, and which is why they were willing to operate in that area, because obviously second highest ranking, you can't exactly disobey that. So
yeah, she will find that very interesting, and that will be very, very useful. She will also tell you that she's aware of Mardan Rom, and will tell you to watch your back around him.
Yeah. Someone.
She will say that he is a very devious person.
I assume that he's your equivalent, but for the palace.
She doesn't know his exact role, but she does know that he's very devious.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Well, it didn't surprise me, rather. I mean, I already made that connection straight away.
Yeah.
I didn't voice it out. I mean, I got no way to voice it out other than keeping my own monologue. Yeah, I don't think there was anything else. I mean, I said we had an altercation with Mauricio, and I stole a dagger off him. I mean, that's how we were tracking him. Well, his past movements, as it were. As he takes the guise of a kid, following Felder and Baldric.
Braudel Falderic.
Braudel Falderic, the other way around. Yeah, no, I'm just filling around, basically. I don't think there's anything else, per se.
Okay, she will confirm for you that the 2 jurors are ready to go for your trial, so you will have 2 jurors on your side for sure.
Oh, that. I mean, you always want to try and stack the odds in your favor, and I appreciate the influence you've had, shall we say.
So that is confirmed. Anything else that you want to ask of her?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I just see if there's any news in the Thieves Guild while I'm here. Yeah, just catch up a little bit.
Given the loss that the Red Masks have faced, they've basically cut off any attacks on the Juggler's Men for now. So things have quieted down. Samara will tell you that the Juggler's Men may be mounting a reprisal to try to, push back against some of the territory that they've taken, but they're not sure yet.
Getting more at you.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you got to take the advantage where you get it. Yeah, no, I will. I'm trying to say. There was something on the top of my head. I'm trying to remember. It's brilliant.
If you want to say that you ask it, and then if it comes up later, if you remember later, you can.
Why did I disconnect? I'm reconnected.
I don't know. Did you hear what I said?
I think you presumed I went quiet for some reason. Because
No.
that's probably when I disconnected. No.
I did not hear you disconnect. No.
Oh.
No.
No, I was out and in apparently, pretty quick.
All I was saying, I mean, what I was saying is that if you think of what you wanted to ask, you can ask, like, you can say that you ask it, and then when you think of it later, remember it later, you can ask me then, and just do a little retcon kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
yeah, basically, it was something to do with Maratsu and the Red Masks. By chasing down Maratsu, there might be a possibility of me running into the Red Masks if he's in with them. Besides the bovine people possessing one of theirs.
Yeah.
I mean, there might still be connections that way. So.
Yeah. All right. She will.
I mean,
she'll say, you know, if you need assistance in that, like if you do come across them that they're still working with him or something like that, then you know, and you need assistance, then just say the word kind of thing. Yeah, as long as it's not in another territory.
Yeah. It might be in their territory. I don't know. But I mean, if we end up doing something as the company, I mean, that might be a good opportunity for you to strike that time at the same time we're doing something.
Yeah, but
so I'll try to keep you informed.
All right, and Sonohawk, thank you very much for those 1,000 bits. Since you're not sure who to give them to, I'm going to even out the rerolls that players have. Since Lafdul is at 0, it's going to both go to you, Lafdul.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone will have at least 2 now.
Thank you.
How many do I have?
You have 2.
Okay.
I was the only one that used it because I used them for my spying on Maratsu, and that was kind of like I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I knew it was him, but I just wanted to confirm it,
you
know, and not let him slip away. So, yeah. So yeah, I head back to the ship, I guess.
Okay. All right. So, Solas, you were getting ready to go to sleep early, correct?
Yeah, and Solas would tell the rest of the party that he is planning on going to stake out potentially Marutsu appearing in Velo's shop a few hours before dawn.
Okay.
Oh, I've got Sacred Guardian. I'm trying to think, did I had it on Finn? And what was that guy? Bellas. Yeah, I don't have it on you. I don't know if I'll be able to get up in time to cast it on you. Next, yeah. Shame. If you take Finn with you, then, you know, I'll know if something happens to Finn.
Yeah. I mean, that's up to Finn, but Finn's player is not here at the moment.
Yeah, real fast.
No,
so where did you want to put the Whisper Ward, your Whisper Ward? On the you were putting it on the cell and Finn was putting it on the stairs? Is that correct?
Yeah, there was a reason why we had to do that. I think you could specify a trigger for it. Let me just look at some of the Druid's Handbook for the spell. Where is it? Whisper Ward. Single item portal closure. When a certain individual enters, the area opens the warded closure. So yeah, I would try to set. I think one of us was going to be a generic one, and one of us was going to be triggering very specifically for Maratsu, because I've seen him with True Seeing, and obviously I've fought him before, and Finn hadn't.
Right.
That's why
but
I was
is
gonna...
yours okay? So is yours in the cell and triggered
Yeah, mine's in
specifically
the
on?
cell.
Okay.
His is on the stairs.
Okay.
His is just a generic one.
Do remember that Old said last time that any spell disguises would fool it.
Visual spell disguises,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Which is why I would say.
No, I mean
that's
why there's the two.
Yeah.
One's a generic one. One's because he might not put the disguise up until he gets.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could also make it pretty generic, short person or.
They've already done it. So. Okay. Now there was also the thought about using your location device with the dagger. Did you want to do that tonight, or did you want to do that like another night?
I thought we would do that tomorrow night after we've had a chance to rest.
We can get our spells on the ship. I mean, we're just pulling out.
I guess, sure.
Okay, so the next night.
Sorry.
Well, because Solas was talking about going to stake out.
Oh yeah, the stakeout. Yeah. All right,
so I wanted to get a confirmation on.
I was planning on the stakeout because.
We're staying here.
Some people were so against of using the item and going with the ship at the moment.
Okay, well, hang on, because we're tied between the two, aren't we? So we probably want to vote on this. I'm okay with going out, but I don't want to do it when it's like right on top of the trial. Yeah. How many days is it till the trial? 4?
Yes. The rest of this day and then 4 more.
So probably doing it earlier is better. Who's down spells? Is it just Lafdul?
We'd be changing them for very specific combat spells.
Oh, I know. But what I mean is, if we went out with a dagger and we found his lair, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we went out immediately and we found the lair, who would need a delay? Yeah, to be able to do anything.
I mean, I wouldn't have any of my third level spells mainly.
Yeah,
that's not a major downside, to me. I've still got Dimensional Anchor, which is a 4th level spell, so
yeah,
which is what we need to stop it from teleporting. Which was, as long as I've got that at the minimum.
So that's
one other thing that I just thought about. You guys haven't re-recruited your full complement of crew yet.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we can't easily go out unless we grab a crew.
You've got enough people that you could go with a skeleton crew, but you would not have enough to run all your weapons if you got into combat. And if you're only going out for the night, then you don't need 2 shifts.
Yeah.
But there was talk about an increased piracy in this map, in this sphere.
Yeah, but if you're also just going out for the night, that's less of a chance, and you could always just try outrunning them, kind of thing.
Yeah, and we are really close to Bral. That'd be pretty brazen to do piracy right next to Bral, or at least a day away from it.
I think a night trip should be safe enough for a skeleton crew.
So we're up against that, or Solas, you wanted to do a stakeout.
As I said, the stakeout was a plan because so many people at that point were against of going out.
Well, it wasn't so much against us going out. I just thought if we got stuck out there, we'd be in trouble. But we could maybe do the stakeout tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the stakeout if we are going out with the ship.
Yeah, and try and find them that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's take the ship out then. I think
we do need a diamond. I think it was like 50, or was it 200 gold diamond?
I think it was any value diamond, and if no diamonds, then more expensive gem.
Oh, any diamond.
Yeah, so diamonds you could use the cheapest kind.
We might have to get some because we do not have any cheap diamonds. I'm not putting a 5k. Well, I mean we could, but I'd rather we didn't.
No, you'd be better off cutting it up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, is there anything around we can buy?
I have a few 50G diamonds.
What
Oh.
about?
Do you want to
what
use
about?
one of those? Or...
What about our friend?
Actually, so hold on. The diamond is of any values to open portals, and 500 gold piece gem to locate things.
Okay.
Oh, that's why we bought those 500 gold piece gems in our thing a long time ago. We just wondered why we bought them. Now I remember. There's the Octane and Aquamarine. They're 500 gold each, and we've had them since we were in Kryn space.
We can use one of those, right?
Yeah.
We need. Right. So
it's an Optec or an Aquamarine. They're both 500.
Okay. Right. So, action plan if we get there is if he's there, we fight him. He'll probably try and teleport back to Bral. If he's not there, I think we should try and steal his spell books again. Seeing as that worked. That worked quite well after.
That sounds so petty.
It is. But
to be fair,
it is. But that's really effective against wizards.
He probably he's probably learned from his mistakes and just keeps them on him now.
Maybe. Have any of you got one of those spells where you can find an object? Would that find a spell book?
Yeah, if none of the other spellcasters were around nearby with spellbooks, sure.
Yeah, but we can leave the spellbooks back on our ship, can't we?
I mean, yeah.
And if the spell points back at our ship, then we know there's nothing there.
Well, the range isn't that great.
All right, yeah. But if someone's got that spell and they got it prepared, that if he's not there,
me.
Right. Okay.
I used all my third level spells today.
Yeah.
Speak with Dead, and I got 1 telepathy.
Anyone else got that?
Got what?
A spell.
Locate objects.
Yeah.
It'd be Solas if anyone.
Not memorized.
Okay, fair enough. Then we just have to do a manual search. The other thing is if we can't locate his spell books and he's not there, or he's there and he escapes, we can trash his place so that he can't teleport back into the cave or whatever. Maybe we can fill it up with rocks or something. Has anyone got a spell that will
We can do things. Yeah, we can do things. Don't worry about it. We just got to find the place first.
Yeah.
Also, we don't. If we find the place, we don't have to go in tonight.
That's true.
We can always just mark it on our chart.
Yep.
Old?
Yep.
Question. Leo has a scroll locate creature. Would that work?
Check the
range. She was close enough to Marut, so
check the range.
10 yards.
Yeah, 10 yards is not very.
The area of she needs to be. She needed to be closer than 10 yards to the creature, and the area of effect is 50 yards per level.
You have to still go really close to an asteroid to know if he's in there.
Yeah, I mean that would basically you'd have to be on the surface or something like that kind of thing.
And the spell can be blocked by running water.
I mean, you don't really have to worry about that on an asteroid generally. It's pretty obscure. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but...
Oh, okay. So you
just something to keep in mind.
Must have seen the individual or the type of creature at least once from a distance of no more than 10 yards. So,
she did.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. You've been within 10 yards of.
She walked past.
Yeah. No, you've been within 10 yards.
She walked past when she went into. Yes.
I mean, you guys also fought him a while back, so. Let's see. And the effect is 50 yards per level. How many?
What level is it?
Yeah, what's his casting level on it?
It's 16.
Well, it's
16, level 16.
It's pretty good. That's 800 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost is it a tactical hex? Is 1,000 or?
A hex is 500 yards.
Oh, that's
So-
pretty good then.
Mm.
Before we put the gem in the detector thing, it's permanently attached to the big bit of the ship, isn't it?
I mean, you could dismount it and move it.
What?
Yeah. Does anyone think there's an advantage in taking our smaller ship?
Well, we don't have the invisibility helm anymore, so no.
Yeah,
No.
that's true. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to go on the flitter, but I don't think we're fitting it on
No.
the flitter somehow.
Pirates would definitely be less likely to attack you in the big ship.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
They may not know we're undercrewed, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus, it is a known warship, so.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna head out in the evening.
Would we take our helmsman, or would we be piloting
You're
it?
still paying them, so
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
taking
we
help,
I know, but it's kind of like short notice. Is there right with that?
taking them.
We take our helmsman and backup helmsman, and
yeah. I mean, you're
Mm.
still paying them, so they're basically on call and they have quarters in your ship. So
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm. And since this is just basically one shift trip, the backup helmsman can be in the helm room protecting the helmsperson.
Yeah.
okay, so you what time do you want to put out exactly?
What time do we think that they will be going to sleep based on?
I mean, do we generally have an idea of when
One-
Valdorek
Yeah,
goes
when
to bed?
Baldric goes to bed, because we've been watching him for a few days.
Well, Falderic
Silly-
definitely like he finishes up work and then goes home around like 6 to 7 p.m.
Silly question, Ald. And I'm not asking this to like nickel and dime the magical device, but when we put the gem in the magical device, does it carry on working for as long as the dagger is in the slot? Or-
Yes, but I would say a prolonged period of not having anyone on the helm would end it.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking that is if he's on Bral and we just sit there waiting for him to not be on Bral, would that work against us?
No, it would be fine. So if you go out
Does
and you it's pointing to Brawl, then you just wait until it suddenly shifts to another place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it
I feel
doesn't,
like the best.
then you know that he's got another hideout on Brawl for one thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How accurate is it for trying to work out where it is on Bral?
You would not be able to get your ship down
yeah.
into Brawl deep enough to make it more effective than, oh, looks like he's somewhere maybe in the low city kind of thing.
Yeah, and what I mean is how much can we fly around the Rock of Bral without breaking the navigation rules?
You would need to stay outside of the air envelope.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like if we flew near the palace, they'd probably think we was up to no good and start shooting at us.
And if you flew into Brawl's air envelope without an obvious, without obviously heading straight for the docks, then that's going to be very suspicious. You were going to be signaled, and if you don't respond or if you don't immediately turn around, kind of thing, then they start firing on you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, if we shove off when we think we should shove off, and it says he's still on Bral, then we take a small circle around Bral, and we can signal our intentions that we're going to fly a circuit around Bral to test our
We'd
ship.
have to do another docking fee.
Yes, you will have to pay another docking fee when you come back.
Yeah, well.
You're also paying a
we'll
daily
paying.
fee, so.
Yeah, so we're going to pay anyway. All right. So we can still get some useful information, and the spell doesn't pop. Okay.
I mean, if he's still on Brawl, I mean, we could just track him down today. I mean, yeah, I don't have my 3rd level spells, but I still got my Dimensional Anchor.
The point is that you are going to be far enough away from Brawl that it's not going to be helpful other than indicating that he is currently on Brawl. And if you try to use that by going into the air envelope to narrow it down, then you're going to be basically violating the airspace of Brawl in such a way that they are going to be telling you to stop or they will shoot.
I think like if Braxon and have we still got our owl friend, or is he gone?
Glau? Yeah, you've got Glau. You're still paying him with sweets.
Okay. If Braxon and Glau made really, really spot on navigation checks and we flew around Bral, we might be able to narrow it down to the Shao district rather than just the lower city. I don't think we're going to get it down to a street.
You're at best, a really good check is going to narrow it down to like the low city, middle city, or high city.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that narrows it down enough for Leva to use the scroll if she wants to do that.
It also doesn't narrow it down to whether he's in the Underdark of Brawl kind of thing or something like that.
Yeah, he might be on the other side.
There was, I mean, it was only the entrance that was sealed off. We don't know, There's probably more than one entrance.
Oh, there's lots of other places. There's lots and lots of stuff down there.
Well, we've been in the Underbrow before, haven't we?
Right, but you've been into one small, tiny, possibly unconnected section.
Yeah, we know there's other stuff down there.
Yes.
How about this?
Snails.
Let's go and activate the device and where it points us.
You broke up there. Ockar?
What?
You broke up there. You were saying let's go, and then you broke up.
Sorry, what I was saying was, let's go, let's activate the device, where it points us, and decide from there. It doesn't help to speak hypotheticals until we have a better idea.
Yeah.
So let's just go and do it.
So that gets me back to the original question that I asked. What time do you want to go?
Around when Broderick would fall asleep.
Well, he goes back. He's back in his home around 7 p.m. ish.
When he goes back to his home.
So about like 9 then, a couple hours after.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say when he
Maybe
goes
9,
back
10.
to his home, since that could tell us if Marucho needs to be close to his home in order to try to use that mental communication domination spell. Since he seems to contact Falderic when Falderic was his home eating before going to bed.
I've got a counter question for you, Ald.
Okay.
When can any spellcasters that want to renew their spells go to sleep?
At this point, like, because you don't know exactly what's coming, you're gonna all be staying up.
Oh, okay.
Is my assumption, because you want to be ready whenever something happens.
Oh, okay.
So you'll probably be like you'll be super tired in the morning, depending on what happens when you get back.
Oh, fair enough. I thought maybe we would get Lafdul to go to sleep and then wake him up if we find the asteroid.
I mean, he wouldn't have time to memorize spells after that. So
yeah, I mean, I'm just down 3rd level spells and 1 first and 1 fourth. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
There's many other spellcasters in the group.
Okay, so there was talk about 7. There was talk about 9. What time do you guys want to leave?
9.
I would vote for when Falderic goes to home, since that again, as I said, would tell us.
All right, so we got 1 vote for 7. We got 1 vote for 9.
9.
I'll go for 7.
9.
Okay.
9.
9, 3 to 2 then. So you leave at 9. Okay. All right. So you get your current Giffen dwarves as they'll be acting as sailors. Your helmsman, and you put out at 9. Which of the 2 gems were you going to use in the device?
Well, it's either the Octave or the Aquamarine. I can.
Aquamarine.
All right, the Aquamarine.
So you put the 500 gold piece Aquamarine in one of the slots on the device, and then you put the dagger in the other slot. And a beam of red light does lance out, pointing in the direction of the asteroid belt that Bral is part of. I'm not going to take you over to the
No, that's cool.
the sphere chart.
Do we have a speaking tube next to this, or is it
Yeah, of
near
course.
enough to help?
It's on the
Okay,
bridge
yeah.
anyway.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it is specifically on the bridge so that the helmsman can follow it and stuff.
Oh, okay. Right, fair enough. Yeah, Braxon will say, follow that light. Who have we got on the helm, or does it matter?
It doesn't. It's your choice.
I'd say our highest rating.
That'll be something then.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Actually, have our NPCs leveled up the 2 level 4s?
Not yet.
Oh.
They're working on it. They're working on it. They're studying. But I need to redo their character sheets and stuff for that. So I haven't done that yet.
I'd be bringing the squire along because counts as like big crew.
Yeah, Ingritha. Okay.
Okay.
And, I mean, it gets her experience sailing. You show her the ropes, literally. Start training her on basic ship procedures and stuff like that. So that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
All right. So you get underway, going in the direction along the asteroid belt, and following the beam of light, and you will travel for a number of hours. So is there anything in particular that anyone wants to do besides just like preparations, training? Like Ockar's probably going to be busy with Ingritha, showing her the ropes of the ship and everything like that.
Braxton's going to look out for pirates. And...
You've got your exercises to do as well still, I think.
Oh yeah. Make sure he does the exercise first. Once he's done them, he'll be looking out for pirates, and he'll also get some of the crew to go up on the top section and do some stuff, and go on the bottom section and do some stuff to make it look like we've got more people than we do.
Okay.
Just in case anyone's watching us.
All right. Okay. You do pass by a number of inhabited asteroids as normal. This is actually in the direction of Recap's wedge, so you would definitely pass by your home after a number of hours. Not super duper close, but yeah.
Do we have a chart with these on?
Yeah, the major ones at least.
Okay.
And it's the kind of chart where like it has the major ones, and you would be filling in locations that you come across that are important to you.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, it wouldn't necessarily have a village that has 100 people on it, but it would have a village that has, like, 1,000 people on it, kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
You know? Yeah.
I'm trying to remember his name. Oh, our friend.
Glau.
Glau, sorry. Braxton's going to play a game of Spot the Asteroid with Glau to see who can spot new asteroids yet that aren't on the chart.
There's a lot that are not on the chart. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, until... it's more of a thing... Like, the ones that are on the chart tend to be pretty obvious because they're pretty good size and stuff like that. So
we're basically going to have a wager for cakes, like when we get back to Bral, like it's like who wins cakes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Just to make it fun.
Yeah, that's fine. After about 7 hours, you do the Sun Fayun indicates that the beam of light has swung to the starboard, indicating that you're pretty close to it now.
Right.
So he
That's
begins to move the ship. You guys begin to move the ship in a way that to narrow down where it is.
Yeah.
And after another half hour, you do come to a.
Are there any other asteroids nearby?
Oh yeah, there's tons of asteroids.
Okay, so maybe we can use other asteroids as cover.
What, and sneak in over on the flitter or something? Just the company.
I'm not thinking of that. I'm just thinking we can observe.
So you got to get to the asteroid in the first place.
Yeah.
Got to identify which one is the target.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's move in and see what we can see.
Okay. So you do see a barren asteroid that is straight ahead after a little bit, and it is oblong, kind of flattish, kind of like a roughly shaped like a football kind of thing. And it is barren. It is just gray rock.
Can we circle it from fairly far away to see if the needle keeps going towards it?
Yeah. So you circle it to confirm for yourself that that is the asteroid that you've been looking for.
I mean, how noisy is the ship?
What are you saying? I'm sorry?
How noisy is our ship if we get up close?
Pretty noisy, but since you haven't said that you wanted to get up close, you have not breached the air envelope of that asteroid if it has an air envelope.
While we're circling, can I observe it with a spyglass, see if I notice any opening?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then I'll do that.
All right. At about this time, Sun Fayun is going to call up through the tube and indicate that the beam of light has flipped and it's now pointing back the way you came, roughly.
Right. So he's left.
Okay. So he's left.
Either that or he's seen us come in, so he's now legged it.
What time is on the sundial that shows the accurate time?
So it's about an hour before dawn. Back on Bral at this point.
Right. Should we go in and sabotage his base?
Well, first I'm looking at it for an entrance.
Yeah. So you do the one like this is while you were doing the one circle. You're confident enough now that this is the asteroid that you're looking for because you went around it enough to see that the light, swung in its direction.
Yeah.
Ockar, give me an intelligence check, please.
I'm going to use my reroll for this.
I don't think that's super necessary, but you can if you want.
My score is an 11. I've got
I know, but this is keep in mind that a lot of these rolls are more about what information you get as opposed to you get something or you get nothing.
Also,
okay, fair enough. I'll go about it.
Okay. And oftentimes there will be other ways to get it, and you got it exactly. So
right
there you
on
go.
The dot.
All right, so Ockar, you can definitely tell that there is an air envelope. You can't tell whether it is fresh, foul, or deadly. But you're not seeing any obvious openings so far, and you're not seeing any obvious structures on the surface.
So I mentioned the air envelope. I mentioned not seeing any obvious openings, but we should be able to move in, hopefully, and find something if we get up close.
Yeah, it might be an illusion on it. Yeah.
It won't surprise me if it's an illusion. He's a powerful spellcaster, and we've seen this kind of illusion before.
Yeah, Lafdul was talking. Yes, Leva.
What time is it?
It's like an hour before dawn back on Bral.
Okay.
Right. He may have traps,
you.
but I think we should go in and sabotage his base if we can get in.
I just realised if our whisper words go off, we're well out of the range. That's
Yes.
a mile. So we're just gonna have to assume they've been triggered. So we'll have to recast them next time we head back. If we obviously, well, if we still need to.
I mean, you still have days, so it's okay. All right. So do you guys want to advance in? Any precautions that you want to take or anything?
Yeah, let's load weapons in case there's invisible minions on the asteroid that start shooting us, so we can shoot back.
Okay.
And I think we can come in slowly so we can get closer.
Is there a case if we have to rappel off our ship because we can't land on it per se?
No.
Well, your ship can't land on it.
You can drop down rope ladders.
You can drop down rope ladders. You can come in close to the edge if you can find some place that is flat enough for you to get on. Like I said, it's like oblong, kind of like a football or a rugby ball kind of thing.
Right. So if we come in on a gravity plane, we can sort of scramble up the side.
Maybe.
Where we find out it's deadly air or something.
Yeah. Have we got anything yet for testing air?
Other than sending in a canary, no.
Yeah, like a canary. Like, luckily, Finn isn't here. But like a canary tied to
speech.
a
You know,
canary,
one of the players.
A canary tied to an arrow with a rope on. You know, and like if the canary goes like that, you just drag it back.
I mean, if you can think of a way to test it, no. Do you have anything specifically designed to test it? No, you don't. But if you can think of a way to test it, go right ahead.
I know a way to test it. If Solas can borrow that, was it ring or whatever it was that protects from deadly air?
Oh, my ring of adaptation. Yeah, if you toggle that, you
Yeah,
will.
I
can learn it.
I can cast fly on myself. If we are close enough to the air envelope, I can dip in.
Okay, so you want to make sure that your ship is far enough away to not break its air envelope.
Yeah.
And you cast fly on yourself and fly in wearing that ring?
Yeah, and I do have that cloak that helps me in... I think it was when I'm outside air envelope.
Ockar, this is where augury would be useful.
I don't have it prepared.
No, I know. I'm just trying to teach you about,
I understand. I don't have it prepared. I don't have the material component, so I can't. But it's a good thing to know. Thank you.
Give me a second.
Solas.
I'm looking at
die.
I'm looking at the cloak that Solas has.
I thought it was just a cloak of billowing or something, wasn't it?
I think it protected you or gave you extra air when you are outside of air envelope.
Oh. Well, that was
the effect.
Doesn't it take twice the air with you or something?
Yeah, what do you know about it? What do you have written down for it?
I have written down that it gives me extra time outside air envelope before I start suffocating. I'm trying to look if I had exact notes about it anywhere, but that was what it was identified as.
Okay, you definitely haven't tested it or used it yet, so
no,
there is
okay.
All right. All right, so you put on Lafdul's ring and you're wearing your cloak.
Mm-hmm.
And you cast fly on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing anything with the cloak in particular as you fly?
I think it was the slate mentioned that it was to will the power into existence.
Okay.
Let's see.
Will the air to you. Suddenly the ship has no air, so let's take it all with it.
Yeah, what I have written is increase area you take into void, generates wind around the wearer, making cloak flutter.
What do you have for the description of the appearance of the cloak itself?
Dark blue full-hooded cloak with silver clasp that always appears to flutter in the wind.
Okay. Are you wearing this in any specific way, special way, anything like that?
I have the hood on.
Okay. All right. So you cast Fly on yourself. You're wearing the ring, and you're wearing the cloak with the hood up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you fly away from the ship, and you do find yourself briefly out into the void. And then you enter the air envelope of the asteroid.
Mm-hmm. And I do
And
have the...
you take a breath, and you just find yourself gasping as the air is clearly extremely bad. It is most definitely deadly air. Give me a saving throw versus death, please.
Not activate the ring.
Hold on.
Was it
saving
that
throw,
fast?
just saving throw versus death, and then I'll describe what happens.
Okay.
Okay. So you do feel the you fight off the the panic, and you then instantly notice that you can start breathing clearly, and you can feel a little bit of a flutter right on like your cheeks within the cowl of the hood.
Ah.
And it has generated some air for you there that allows you to breathe clearly. But
Okay.
this asteroid definitely has deadly air.
Yeah, I will return back to the ship and tell the rest of the party that the asteroid has very deadly air.
Thank you.
How do we fix that?
What's the size difference between the asteroid and their ship?
The asteroid is about a half a mile on its longest end.
Yeah, that's like you'd have to send over a load of Haddersy for like years to drive out the bad air.
I think you mean Hurvaiti.
Huwaiti, sorry, yeah.
We don't have any with us.
If
I mean, you could.
And you would need a massive population of
even if we had Huwaiti, they would like make some fresh air that would just disperse. It wouldn't work.
I mean, eventually it would work,
it.
but like you would still need a lot of them, and they would need to be generating a lot of fresh air.
For this to be possible, we need to at least be foul air, or
I
mean,
if I'm not or if I were to make a guess, I'm thinking that Marucho has his base inside the asteroid, sealed off from the surface.
Yeah.
that's what I'm suspecting as well.
Are you able to safely get to the surface with that ring?
So he didn't make use of the ring at all.
Yeah, it was the cloak.
That was the
At the
cloak.
moment, he's just using the cloak, but it might have stopped working now that he's actually in breathable atmosphere. You don't know how it works.
Yeah,
Well, you might want to confirm that. Go back in and see if it reactivates.
Well, I can test it again.
Should we put a rope on you so that we can pull you back?
He's flying.
Yeah, but if he
I
goes
know.
unconscious.
Well,
we could
if we have long enough rope.
You're on a
tie
ship. You have long enough rope.
We could maybe tie a
Then,
rope
yeah.
to one of your feet.
But yeah, I will test it out again.
If you're totally happy and you don't want the rope, you can untie it and we'll put it in.
No, I will take the rope just to be sure.
You want to borrow my ring of regeneration? So if you do pass out, you won't die.
Do you die instantly on deadly air?
No, it takes a few rounds, doesn't it?
It happens when you fail your saving throw.
Oh. Oh. That's instantly, basically, if you fail.
Well,
Or you
yeah,
pass
I can.
out, then die, I guess. The next round.
Well, yeah, I can
Yeah.
try. It
I
will
can
lower
lend
my
you-
saving throw. It will lower my saving throws if I need to, but
Yeah, but you won't die.
yeah.
You'll just be unconscious. I mean, you'll lose your spells
Well,
if
I
you
mean,
fall unconscious.
if he if he goes in and you've got a rope tied around him, it'll be obvious if he goes unconscious. You can pull him back. You don't need
Yeah.
like he doesn't die immediately.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think it would take few rounds at least.
It's up to you.
Well, I think I will just I
Having
will have the Ring of Adaptation as a backup.
yeah,
Mm.
Okay,
Having-
and the rope tied around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
having been fireballed, Braxon can heartily recommend not dying. It's a good idea.
You haven't died. The rest of us have.
Well, not the rest, not everyone. Many
Ockar
of
hasn't
many of the
died,
party
and
members
Finn
have,
hasn't.
yes.
Solas
I
hasn't
haven't
died.
died yet. Keyword
Solas
there,
has-
yet.
Oh, it's just
Solas-
me and Leva that's been dead. then, isn't it?
Solas has been knocked unconscious, but not dead.
All
Look, it's not my fault. My god is better at protecting me from dying than your god.
All right, so Solas,
Oh.
you once again fly off wearing the cloak and the ring, and enter the atmosphere of the asteroid. And the air within your hood is still fresh.
Okay. How high is the Erven envelope of this world?
High enough that you wouldn't want to fall.
Yeah. Just how low could I go?
I mean, you can go as low as you want. You're going to hit the limit of the rope pretty soon. You would not be able to go down there with the rope on.
Yeah. Well, I do bit of a fly in just to look at the surface and then come back.
Would you be untying the rope?
Not at the moment.
Okay, so you can't get super
Yeah.
far in.
I know.
So it's bare rock as far as you can
Yeah.
tell from what little you can see at the moment.
Yeah. So once I come back in, I would tell the rest of the party that it's going to be. We are going to need to figure out some way to get in without going through the air envelope.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Do any of us know how to make like an air sphere or something?
That was Higgins.
Yeah, I mean there might be magic that others of us can have that means we don't have to breathe.
And I would give the ring back to Lafdul.
Well, at the moment, you're still potentially flying around. You don't want to try for longer?
He just said he returned, so and he said he was returning to you.
And I think we might want to have instead of just flying around randomly, we might want to figure out some magical means of finding the entrance.
Yeah.
So basically, Solas would next go see the Mage's Guild if they had some spells that would help.
Any of you guys got true seeing? Does that work from a distance?
Yeah, I have it memorized.
That would not reach the surface.
I'd have to go right down there and
Right.
hope I get lucky.
So, what was stopping Solas from dying? Was it the ring or the cloak?
The cloak.
Right.
Gives him air.
So you have two items that would allow two people down onto the surface for some amount of time.
Yeah. I will have to make tests on how long the cloak functions.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking,
Does it still give you air if you like dunk your head in a barrel of water? I wonder.
Not something Solas is testing at the moment.
I'm think if we ran to the edge of the asteroid, if we didn't have fly on us, and jumped into the gravity plane, roughly how long would it take to get out of the gravity plane and into open wild space where we can be picked up?
None of you have 0G combat, so quite a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
without using polymorph or something.
Could you use like create air spell just a bunch of times to try to cleanse the air?
I've got to fly. I can fly
I
over there on the fly.
I'm planning on visiting the Mage Guild to see if they have spells that could create basically air sphere around, for example, flitter for the while we are in there.
Well,
Okay.
while we're here, if we can send 2 people down there, and we've got anyone that's able to use a spell to try and find a secret entrance, it's possibly worth doing that.
So real fast, to answer the question of like actually refreshing the air on the asteroid, that would be a lengthy process, kind of along the lines of how you guys have been altering the surface of your asteroid to allow it to grow plants.
Yeah.
So that is the kind of thing where you would need a bunch of wizards or a decently high enough level wizard that they have like 3 or 4 fog clouds and just be like every single day they wake up, memorize however many fog clouds they can cast, and then they cast them all, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you would need to do that over a long period of time. Or have a fleet of ships that go to someplace with a lot of fresh air, come back here and just mix the air and then go back, kind of thing. Like constantly bring in good air. Get get this asteroid close enough to another asteroid that's either of a similar size or larger, so that the air envelopes mix. That kind of thing. That's what you'd be looking at.
Yeah.
So it's a long process.
Are there asteroids nearby?
There are asteroids that are near-ish in that, like at you'd be going at spelljamming speed, and it would only take a few seconds to get there, kind of thing, but not so close that they're,
Right. So what I'm thinking is, if we accidentally foul our asteroid, it might be worth testing another asteroid nearby to see if it's got fresh air, so that we could go there and top up our air.
I mean, it should be fairly obvious none of these asteroids are going to have any air.
Well, not necessarily. None of the asteroids around you have any plants on them.
Yeah.
That does not mean that they all have fouled or deadly air. Or even like some of them may have no atmosphere at all. Some of them may have a fresh atmosphere, and they're just bare rock, so nothing's growing.
Yeah.
And they've never had anything drop down that has seeds on it or anything. So
I suspect Marazzo might have deliberately fouled the air, so that if we tried this, or if anyone else tried this, they wouldn't be able to land and get to his secret base.
Or he found one that had deadly air.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just
maybe
into it or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't know if you could teleport into the middle of an asteroid, but maybe he doesn't need to breathe. Maybe he could walk.
If he is immortal.
Maybe he could walk through solid ground and find a hollow inside the asteroid, and then I don't know how long it takes to memorize the inside of a cave.
So even if he were immortal, he would still be like, unless he's immune to like needing to breathe. There are magic items that do like Lafdul's ring. Like if he had something like Lafdul's ring, he'd been fine. But if he didn't have anything like that to protect him against the deadly air, then he would be constantly dying.
Yeah.
Like that's a reasonable conclusion that you can draw. Like
immortality is not indestructibility.
Well, and
Yeah.
but even if he's coming back from death, it would be the kind of thing where I mean, it would get very old after a time, constantly suffocating to death. And then coming back to life and then suffocating to death.
But to deal with the air problem is one reason why Solas is planning on visiting the Mage's Guild.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to go back, how long does your fly spell carry on working for?
It's only some hours.
Right, but you've got enough time to go there and come back. I've got my fly. I don't know if anyone else has got a fly spell. How long?
Polymorph.
I mean,
But
if
Never a spell has fly.
Has Braxon used his fly enough to know how long it stays as a fly? I'm not sure he has.
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. I'd be willing to lend it to someone, but I don't know how long it'll last.
I'm not certain, but I think there's a spell that creates basically a sphere of fresh air that wouldn't get fouled when you go into foul air that we could potentially gain from the Mage's Guild, and then we could use the flitter.
I think it is literally air sphere, which Leva had at one point. She cast it from scroll.
Then
that's like a 9th level, wasn't it? Or it was
right.
really high level.
We don't,
that's why I'm buying a scroll of it.
Yeah, but we don't have that with us. I'm thinking we're here now.
Air sphere she has. But
Wait,
air sphere only lasts for 3 rounds.
We're
3
here
rounds?
now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. It's special. It's about 3 rounds. Yes, a bit more, but no much.
We're here now, so there's who can go down to the surface and possibly find a secret entrance if possible. Solas, you've been through walls and stuff, yeah. So presumably, if you landed on this with someone to guard you, you could try going through the solid surface for however long you think is reasonable to see if you can find an internal passageway or something.
Wait.
Yeah?
Solas, your wand, it has detect illusions, right? What's the range on it? Could you see if it's an illusion anywhere? There might be like an entire illusion around this.
I think the range is a normal detect illusion range.
Oh, couldn't you get close enough with detect illusion to see if it's an illusion?
Okay.
That's why I just thought about that was all.
Okay, I have an idea, seeing as you guys are struggling, right? What if 2 of you that were able to breathe went onto the flitter and one of you acts as a helmsman, which will mean you'll lose your spells, but then you could
be me, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm wait for the end of the idea because maybe it's better to fly down there separately. Yeah, but like you would then be able to fly over the surface while someone tries to detect, while the other spellcaster tries to detect illusions. Yeah, would that be better than 2 people getting down there by fly spells or by my fly? You can use my fly. If the fly stops working, you will have to hurl yourself off the gravity plane, and we'll have to try and throw a rope to you and pull you out.
We have our means of flying, as it were.
Right. So who's the best people to go? And do we do people separately so you can keep your spells, or do we use the flitter?
Well, here's another question: does anyone have a potion of or oil of fearlessness? Because I used mine. Because you could just go right through it, maybe.
The closest thing I have is a potion of gaseous form.
Yeah, I got one of gaseous form as well, but I don't know how that would work in a foul air environment. I got a bag of beans. I could always plant a bean. I don't think it would survive with no air though. That would be
No, I
fine.
don't. I don't.
Do we start calling you Jack if that grows a stock?
Personally, I would. Now that we know the asteroid, we are not in a immediate rush. So I personally would want to go and see if we could get some more resources from a Wizards Guild.
Right, but Braxon is making
We-
a good point that like you've got a fly spell up that lasts for a few
Yeah.
more hours. You've got this hood. You don't know exactly how long it's going to last, but maybe it'll. I mean, even if it lasts like 20 more minutes, that's still some time that you could be doing some searching. And if someone else has a spell that they could use, or Lafdul's ring, then there's some additional things you could do in like an hour or two before you go back.
I mean, if I lend you my ring again, Solas, I mean, you go until either, your hood doesn't generate any more air, then suddenly you have to use my ring. But you could go flying around the asteroid with like detect illusions to see if there's like a hidden entrance or something.
Yeah, I think it's worth doing.
Well, I guess.
Yeah, I know. You're not taking the meat shield with you, but go on.
You got this.
Well, if you want,
are saying,
I mean, if you don't
want
wanna do it-
Solas regret.
if you
It's
if you
just
want,
funny just putting Solus out there by himself when he's normally like hiding behind the entire party.
Like, I mean,
Because
again,
Solas
if you
is a
don't want to
coward.
do it, then that's fine. If you refuse to do that, that's fine. That's your prerogative too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Are you
like, you
refusing,
weren't
or is
actually
what?
refusing to do it, so that's why I wanted to.
I'm quite reluctant, but
You're being goaded into it.
yeah.
Quick, sail away while he's there.
well, I don't know how to look for things magically. I mean, I'll be happy to fly
No,
down.
just him by himself.
Right.
He's a wizard and a cleric. He's more than capable of defending himself. Any of us are.
Yeah, I know, but he's a bit worried about fighting.
What is the point?
To
To
try
see
to
if we
find an
can-
entrance.
Yeah.
Try to find a hidden entrance.
He had to have got here somehow. Either a magical portal or he flew a ship here and I don't know.
There's always the possibility that he has sealed the entrance behind him.
Yeah.
He might have sealed the entrance, but if he sealed the entrance, we could fire our weapons at the entrance from
We can make an
outside
entrance.
the gravity plane and try and blow it open. Or
Oh, that is a thought. How can we just like destroy the asteroid?
No.
Somehow.
no,
Not unless you have tremendously powerful magic. This thing is much larger than you. Your
So
weapons
you need like
would
an
do-
earthquake or something.
Your weapons, yeah, you'd need an earthquake spell might do some damage, but you would need either concerted efforts to cut this
I
place
wish.
apart, or like tremendously powerful magic to obliterate it, kind of thing. Your weapons are going to do nothing.
I'm trying to find the
I
detect illusion spell. Does anyone remember which
I
level
still
it is?
don't.
Second, I think.
Mm.
Sorry,
Yes.
Leva, yes?
I'm still puzzled about the point of this because, yeah, then we know is there an entrance or not, and what's that going to help us? Because as it looks like right now, the signs are that he is not here, and what we're going to do? We're going to be destructive and just destroy whatever is there just for the fun of it, or
It's
what?
not for the fun of
I
it.
thought we
How
were
would-
trying to
why-
get
Well, hold on, Leva. Let me put it this way: how would you feel?
Wait! I thought we were.
Here, let me describe what Braxon has specifically said. How would you feel if, while you were away from the ship, someone burned all of your spellbooks? As a wizard, how would you feel?
I'd be angry. I'd be
Right.
furious.
And
But,
how would you get your spells
in this
back?
particular case, the question is, what would that help us? In this particular case, how would this help us?
Well, how would you
Well,
get spell?
weaker
How would you
and
get?
easier to kill?
How would you get
The
your
thought
spells
is
back?
it would make him weaker, and he would come after us for doing that to him.
Even if he doesn't come after you, you've definitely weakened him. You've burned his spellbooks.
Again.
Okay.
He might just
I
say enough's
accept
enough.
that, but if we, well, Is it me? Yeah, it's a player. I think it would be much better to actually set the scenery where we want to attack him instead of just sit there and wait for him to attack us. Much safer that way.
But
So
he's, as far as you guys can tell, he's not here.
Also, if we wreck his hideout, that means that he'll
exactly. That's
be less
why I'm
likely
asking.
he'll be less likely to come here, and he'll stay on Bral, which would be easier to track him down at.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Old.
Hold on, Braxon was talking. Go ahead.
The primary reason I want to do something is I got persuaded for us to fly here. We've invested over 7 hours of our time. We have confirmed that this thing has poisonous atmosphere. We have not attempted to find an entrance. Yeah? If we don't attempt to try to find an entrance, we will have to spend another 7 hours to come out here and then search for an entrance, right? If we search for an entrance, and we find that there's definitely not an entrance, or we've got no way of finding an entrance, we know before we come back here that we'd have to have more ability to get in. Yeah. We have spells and stuff to be able to go to the surface. We can try to find something out so that we get more value, more return on our investment of the 7 hours. And as for the spell books thing, we took away his ability to learn the spells before. I wouldn't just go for his spell books. If we can get to them, we don't necessarily need to go in. If we find an entrance, we don't necessarily need to go in. But if we are able to get in, and if it's not poisonous air inside, yeah, if there's an entrance and we can get in, but only 2 people can get in, it's probably too dangerous to get in, and then we have to find a way to get the ability for the rest of us to not need to
Remark, Braxon, because it's important. If there is an entrance, the air would be leaking out. They would be merged. So I don't actually think there is an entrance, unless he's magically gating it off.
There could be an airlock. There could be all sorts of things.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Or he might have filled up the entire innards with poisonous air, and if somebody can find out that the whole inside is filled up with poisonous air, that lets us know what we're up against. Yeah. I think if we try to go into his complex, he's had plenty of time to set traps, deadly traps, all sorts of magical things that would kill people. Yeah. So that will probably be a bad move. But if we can find an entrance, it gives us a possibility of attacking him here. But if we could get in, and I wouldn't go in today, but if we could get in and then we go back and we get magic that allows us to come back and make an attempt to get in, and we could take out his spell books, we can try and get any magical components he's got, so like if it's expensive or rare magical components for spells, we take away his ability for casting those spells until he can get that stuff back. And if we're able to like get rocks and block up all the corridors inside the asteroid, that will stop him from teleporting back, or maybe kill him. I don't know. I don't know how the teleport would handle that if he tried to teleport into a space filled up with rocks. Yeah. But we have to try and find out some information now we're here.
I just realised something. Old.
Mm-hmm.
My bottle of endless smoke. Can that be breathed as opposed to deadly air?
No.
At least for a short while.
No. That does not replace deadly air with something that's not as bad. No, it does not work that way. Smoke is bad for you. Smoke is bad for you.
I know. Is it easier to convert to something good though?
So Braxon had some points there. Just how does everyone else feel? I mean, do you guys want to vote on it?
One comment?
I did have a question.
Leva spoke first, so go ahead, Leva.
There's nothing that says that it's a must that Solas goes down with his coat and the ring. Is there?
Yeah, you could
Could
give
be
the
someone
cloak.
else.
You could give the cloak to someone else or something, and it's Lafdul's ring in the first place. So, yeah.
Yes.
It's just that he has fly currently up, and people are talking about detect illusion. I don't know if he has that memorized right now or not.
I do have the rod, but the question was, do I have any inkling on what level it would cast detect illusion?
No, you have not tried that out in a situation where it matters. So no, you don't know.
Yeah, it's 10 feet per level range.
Well, you'd figure it out. Well, yeah, there was no way to know unless actually no, because my hat of disguises an illusion. You should be able to see through it, and you just figure out the length of the ship. And I stand far away to you, and then you got a rough idea of where your detect illusion marks from.
I mean, that would
So,
take a
well-
while, and you'd be running out time on other things.
Yeah.
You say take a while. It shouldn't take that long.
If you haven't already done this, then you might as well try out the illusion detecting thing on the base. Because we've come out for 7 hours. It's going to take us about 7 hours to get back. And unless we went on a sort of circular course. Yeah.
You
So
were
it's gonna
going
take about
on a
7
pretty direct course, so.
Yeah, so it's going to take us about 7 hours to get back. I'm guessing like spellcasters will all go to sleep and we'll fly back. Braxton will probably stay up for a while and then use the blanket and the pillow. I don't know whether Ockar will swap shifts with him or what, but I'm figuring we'll do that. But like someone has to go take a look. I don't mind doing it, but I've got no ability to detect anything. I've got like a potion. I think I've got a potion of clear audience, but I don't think that will help me.
Not really.
Yeah.
You want to
remotely here.
but
Yeah.
you want to use that in a place where you know of a location kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can't just
Well,
you can't just scan a rock
only-
and hope that there's a hollow there kind of thing.
Yeah, that only lasts for 30 yards. There'd have to be someone in there right near the surface.
Well, if
singing.
Lafdul loans me the ring again, I can make a short dip, but not a very long.
Yeah, that's fine.
Basically, search perhaps a few yards, because the detect illusion doesn't provide that big of an
Right.
area to detect.
Let's all have a look through the spyglasses and see where we think are the most probable places where someone will put an illusion.
Only we had Nature Man with us, but he's not a space druid, is he?
I mean, you're talking about a bare rock. There's no plants or animals there.
I'm guessing he'd either be landing. Do we know what ship he had? Because he'd either land
we don't know
on
that
the
he's
top
got
or the
one.
bottom of the asteroid. Right. Well, when he first came here, he either would have landed on the top or the bottom of an asteroid, or he would have like come up to the side with
So I mean,
where the gravity plane was.
You can split the difference in terms of like if Solas doesn't want to return to this asteroid, you can still like do a survey from space with spyglasses. You've got 2 people with spyglasses, and you can spend an hour or 2 circling around it. It's a big rock, but it's not a gigantic rock. And just see if you see anything. Like, are you going to see something hidden by an illusion? No. Maybe you'll see something that you can look at later or that piques your curiosity or something like that. But you could, you know, like, so you can split the difference if you're at an impasse there in terms of Solas not going back.
Let's say it's like this.
Question?
Hold on. Solas was speaking.
If Solas had any any idea where there might be a potential entrance, then he would be way more inclined to go and check. But at the moment, it's basically needle in the haystack situation with the surface area that he would have to cover.
Okay, Leva, you had a question?
Like a mile long.
Well, actually, now I have 2 questions. One is whether a air elemental would help with the air. Could help with the air.
You're again
And
like
the
I'll answer that. The short of like you need a spell that temporarily gives you air around you, kind of thing, as opposed to a creature or something like that that will magically refresh the entire air envelope. Because to do anything with the entire asteroid is a very lengthy process. Like doing something every day for many months or years.
Yeah, but
I meant that the air elemental actually comes is with someone and clears the air around that person.
No, it does not create
I didn't mean
air around
to.
it.
Unless you are literally breathing the air
Second
elemental.
one is
All right, second.
Leva could sort of send a stalker out, couldn't she? Look for an entrance.
Yeah, but it's invisible and you can't really communicate with it. Like it
No.
can't come back to you and
The
say,
ways of
"I
having
found
it.
this thing."
No, but it can come back and get someone and set them in front of the entrance.
Yeah, but keep in mind that like it resents your commands, so it is going to be operating in the most mean way possible in that regard.
Can I ask a question about Lever's first suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
If she summoned an air elemental, would she be able to send that to look for an entrance?
Question is, do elementals breathe?
No, they don't. Again, elementals resent their summoning, so
yeah,
you could try it, but again, it's going to be in a similar situation as Invisible Stalker.
Yeah, but it wouldn't necessarily be invisible, would it?
No, but it would be fairly invisible.
Yeah.
Like it's a swirling mass of air kind of thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be an air elemental. If we just wanted to find an entrance, we can have a water or an earth elemental and then follow it around.
Well, the earth elemental could probably sink into the rock.
Yeah, but we'd have to get the earth elemental
on the prime material plan. They can't phase through rock or anything like that. I was looking at the air sphere spell, and it does keep out fouled air, which I would include deadly air in that, for the first 3 turns of its existence. So
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would have 30 minutes.
We used it once before, and it was not very long.
It would be.
It's half an hour.
Yeah.
It would be good for a fairly slow pass, a close pass to the asteroid.
The air sphere can be moved by the caster with movement rate of 9 to a distance of 10 yards per level.
The problem with the air sphere thing is, will it cover the whole ship? If it
It's
no,
20
but it would
feet
cover,
radius, so
it
it's
would cover
a
the whole
flitter.
party.
If it won't cover the whole ship, can we get all of our crew?
It would cover the whole party.
Yeah, including the crew.
No.
Do you remember, Braxon? Braxon, do you remember we had one? I forget exactly where it was, where we had to cross a corridor with the air sphere up.
Yeah, that was in Radel in the vacuum corridor.
So we'd be using air sphere
exactly.
on. Would we be using air sphere on the flitter then, and we fly around?
Yeah, because the radius is 20 feet.
Okay.
So it would be flitter.
It wouldn't be today anyway, because Leva hasn't memorized it.
Okay.
No, but this like what I'm getting at is that this could be a way for you to get down if you find something from orbit in the future.
Yes.
Sounds good. All right. Well, what can we find today?
All right. Well, you want to spend a couple hours scanning it from orbit? with the spyglasses?
Yeah, Solas is willing to scan the potential locations.
Well, Braxon and Ockar own the spy glasses.
All right, so Braxon and Ockar, give me intelligence checks, and everyone else give me intelligence checks at half your score, please.
And you don't recommend I use a reroll for this, right?
I'm having everyone check, so it's
Well, that's a
Nope.
clear success for me.
this is more about like
Oh,
what
I succeeded.
kind of information you get. A lot of these kinds of checks are more for like what kind of information you get, as opposed to this is super duper necessary. If something is super duper necessary, there's always going to be other ways to figure it out and stuff like that.
Come on. Did that roll?
I don't. You rolled 2, but both were failures, Braxon. So
I'll roll 2. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't me trying to roll 2. I was struggling with the button.
okay. Well, Ockar, with that really good roll and using the spyglass, you are able to find an unusually smooth portion of the surface. It's not particularly large, in the tens of feet range, as opposed to like many yards or something like that. So, 10 to 20 feet, give or take, roughly. It's unusually smooth. Like the rest of it is rough. There's craters, dust and stuff like that. This part is just smooth.
I'd point out to the rest of the group. That could
Interesting.
possibly be the entrance if we could get a way through it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I suppose.
Solas.
I suppose Solas's fly spells run out now.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
How long has it been?
I'll go. I'm happy to go down on the fly.
Oh no! Is the fly spell still active?
No.
Okay.
I'm happy to go on
Ebha
my
has
fly.
one more.
Well, I mean, Braxon has
Levo has one more.
has the ebony fly, and he could borrow Lafdul's ring.
Are we sure that the fly don't need to breathe?
No,
It's
you're
a
actually not
creature
sure.
form.
You're actually not sure.
We don't know.
Seems,
Braxon.
Levo has another fly spell.
You could
Well, I could
cast
go
that
down.
on someone.
I haven't yet, but she's prepared to cast it on someone.
Right. I said you could cast it on someone, including yourself.
Yes.
I do have polymorph self spell also.
Yeah, I have polymorph self as well.
I suspect.
Who
my
is
fly does need
volunteering to go down? Do you want like
Me.
there's
I'll go down with the ring.
All right, Braxon has already volunteered. So
Okay.
there's oftentimes I can do a thing rather than I will do a thing, and that's what I'm trying to encourage you guys to do. Like, Braxon has volunteered to do it. Lafdul, will you lend him the ring?
Yes, but
Okay. Yeah. But
Solas had 2 of the items we needed to detect the thing. That's why it was. I mean, he can lend it as well.
Since we
The cloak and the rod.
since we now have actual place to check, Solas can go check it. Previously, why Solas was really reluctant was because there was no clear place to check, and this is what half a mile wide asteroid.
Would you
Okay,
like to
but-
borrow my fly?
No, I can either polymorph self or Eleva can cast the fly if she is willing.
So are we changing it to Solas, or is Braxton going?
I just get Solas to go with the rod.
Braxon's a
fly.
better
Okay.
person. Solas is a better person to go than Braxton. Braxton was just going to
Okay.
go because nobody else was going to go.
No, I didn't
get-
say I wouldn't have gone. I would have gone. I got true sing. I
So-
could go around as
so we
flying around as a bird or something.
Okay.
So we figured it out. Solas is going.
Hang on.
Leva,
Wait.
I'm trying
Wait.
to move us along so we're not stuck on this.
Hang on. Lafdul said he'd be willing to go, right? So,
But it
if
uses more
right.
resources.
So hold on. here's the way to think about it. You've got multiple people willing to go. Who has what abilities to do things?
Yeah.
Braxon would have to have spells cast on him. He'd have to borrow items. Lafdul, what would you be willing to do if you go?
Polymorph self, but I would like to test out if the cloak will still work, because that will save me charges on my ring.
The cloak would
You'll know if the
absolutely
cloak has
not
charges
still
or not.
work. You would know already that the cloak would not work given what.
Yeah, but
Solas
we
has
don't
described.
know if it.
You know
if
that
it's got a
you
recharge.
You know that polymorphine is not going to work with that cloak.
Alright.
Because
So it'd have to be my ring.
it created air within the cowl of the cloak.
Quick question, all. If he turned into something like an Avarial that flies, would he be able to wear the cloak after he changes?
No, the wings would get in the way.
Okay.
Well, it's just the cowl, so no, actually that would probably work. Because it doesn't have to wrap around you, just the cowl.
I was thinking about changing into something humanoid that can fly and use items.
Just use a fly, use a rod, use a cloak, use a ring. Someone. We've got the items to do it.
We're working out who's got the most ability to detect stuff, right?
Solas does.
We're not expending any. We
Is
don't
Solas-
actually need to expend anything. Well, maybe my ring, but
Is Solas better at doing this than Lafdul? Or
Yes.
is Lafdul
he's
better
got
at
a
doing
rod.
it? Right. Okay.
Why is it better on one person than the other? It's
And
just
I did
using the
say
rod.
that now that there's clear place to go and it's not a needle in the haystack, Solas is willing to go.
Okay. All right. Well, Solas goes in. Right.
Yeah, Solas goes, I lend him my ring, you can lend him your fly and he'll be off.
Yeah.
He'll probably have to use my ring, I suspect. Tie a rope around him at first, but if he faints, but you know.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll tie a rope around you, and you'll have to untie it, and then we'll pull it back. Like if you get into trouble when you first go in there, we can pull you out.
Will I be using my polymorph self, or will Leva cast the fly on me?
You can borrow Brax's fly.
Well, no.
We are not sure if the fly needs to breathe when it's a
That's
creature.
The fly spell will last. The fly
Alright.
spell will probably last a bit longer than the polymorph.
Yeah.
So I cast lever cast fly on you if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take the fly. If the fly spell runs out, use the fly. Braxon will tell you the command word.
Yeah, you can take the fly in your pocket and just in case.
I can take it in my pocket, but
Hey, you got your rabbit. Can't you just like dig through the rock?
You could do, but let's find.
that wouldn't save me.
Let's not break in yet. Let's find out if that's the right entrance, and then we can try and buy some stuff on the Rock of Bral that will mean we don't have to breathe, and then we can come back with a rabbit and break in, see what we can do.
Okay. So, Solas, you can fly.
Yeah. Well, I will again loan the ring from Lafdul and fly close to the spot and try my rod's detection powers.
Okay. Are you going to be going to have a rope tied around you at the start, and then like get into the atmosphere, and if everything's okay, untie it, or what?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. All right. So you have your the hood of your cloak pulled up with the fly spell, and you get a rope tied around you, and you launch yourself off the ship. What? Oh, I did. I rolled.
Level variation?
I did. I rolled.
Okay.
I rolled. Because Solas, you fly twice as fast.
Oh.
Oh, that's convenient.
Let's
Spell's
hope I'm not
twice as effective.
He's super Solas now.
Yeah, I rolled a 100. Spell effectiveness increases 200%. So, yes, you fly twice as fast down there. Once you get into the atmosphere, you realize that your hood is not generating air for you.
Yeah.
And you will need to activate the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me see. That is... So, by a silent act of will, as you begin to choke,
Yeah.
you activate the ring, and let me see where that ring is. Hold on.
I think it only had... I think I had like an estimation of like 10 minutes per charge or something. I don't think I could test it without being in an environment constantly.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that you've tested it very much. Basically, you will indicate when you're done using the ring, and it will have drained as many charges as you need. So basically, you will turn it off.
Yeah.
When you're done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you do not need to breathe, and you descend down to the surface. So you've gotten to this flat surface on this unusually flat surface, and with the rod, what do you want to do?
First, I will detect magic.
Okay. There does appear to be very residual magic there.
No idea what sphere or school.
Yeah, basically, magic was done here, but magic is not currently operating here.
Okay. Just to make sure, I will use the detect illusion and detect invisibility powers on the road also.
Okay. There are no illusions, no invisibility. Go ahead and give me a spellcraft check.
Okay, just a moment. While
Does
I
it look
scroll
like a wall of stone?
Yeah, it might be wall of stone.
Because we know Maratsu's done that before. Well, it might have been a dial that we're doing it.
That's a success.
Okay. You can guess that some magic was done here to allow passage in and then filled back in. Wall of stone,
Yeah.
who knows? Dig spell, something similar. Stone to mud and then mud to stone. Like, there's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
Like you like that's just things that you know offhand that could maybe cover this. And there's and you can't discount that there's other things that you don't know. But yeah, so that is very likely a place where magic was cast that allowed passage into this asteroid.
I will make a closer circle around the area and basically get better idea now that I'm close on how big of the area is we are talking about.
So you're looking at about somewhere between 10 and 20 feet.
Okay.
Roughly circular.
Yeah, and if there's any other signs of modifications on the asteroid in there.
There is not.
Okay,
Nothing
then
obvious
I fly
to you.
back.
Okay.
Then I fly back.
All right.
And report to party that yes, there's some residual magic on the area. So that's most likely where Marucho first entered the asteroid.
Good work. Okay, so when we go back to Bral, do you think your rabbit would dig through that? Or do you think we need to obtain something else?
Potentially, but if we are going to go through it, I would much rather us go through it in a way that doesn't leave it open behind us and flooding the deadly toxic air in.
Good call. Good call.
Pass wall?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
or potentially etherealness.
Etherealness. Actually, question. Etherealness. When we're in the ethereal plane, are we breathing air from the material plane?
No.
You're breathing air
you're
from
on
the ethereal.
You're on the ethereal plane.
Even if it's just border.
You don't need air in the ethereal plane, or
Braxon's...
let's take care of this etherealness first, Braxon. It's like, I mean, you're on another plane. and the way it works is different. Just put it that way. All right, Braxon, you had a question?
Yeah, sorry. Braxon's going to quickly check to see if anyone's got anything else they could do to detect anything. If not, we're going to head back to the asteroid and then carry on talking.
Okay.
While we're on the way back, but I just meant Braxton's going to do that now rather than we talk for ages.
Yeah.
And then
So basically, is there anything anyone else wants to do before you leave?
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got True Seeing, but I don't know what it would do. If it's just rock, it'll just be rock.
Oh yeah,
And-
Solas would also mention that the cloak's power for the day at least has ended. So I didn't mean to use the ring.
Your ring, how long does your ring protect you indefinitely?
No, it uses charges. It's only got so much charges.
But
Right.
it will protect you, like it'll continue you running and draining charges until you turn it off.
It runs out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you turn it off.
Right. So, do you want to use your ring and go down there and do a test, or should we go?
Well, I can cast it on someone else. Do you want? I can cast True Seeing on you, Solas. Do you think it's worth it?
I doubt it's worth this time.
Because I'm in the same opinion. I don't think I think it is like a
I
literal wall of stone.
I think we've got what we can at the moment, and we need more resources, like a few scrolls with the air sphere or something like that.
All right. That sounds like we've learned enough.
Yeah, I would say
anyone disagree with that? Otherwise, we'll head back and we'll carry on talking.
No, we've learned a lot. So.
All right. Brax is going to give the order for the helmsman to head back to Bral.
All right, real
We
fast.
should probably
Leva, did you have anything you wanted to do? Because you didn't actually say.
Sorry.
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure that it wasn't missed.
Markers on your charts so it's easier to find this place in case the thing doesn't work.
Yeah.
Something.
Yep.
Yeah, Braxton, give me a navigation proficiency check.
You got rerolls.
You got a +1 because Glau is helping you.
Oh. Yeah. Shall I do a reroll?
Is it worth it? You ask yourself.
Yeah, I'll do a reroll.
Technically, you make the roll with a -1 because that's a bonus.
Okay.
Do you want to get under the score?
Yeah.
Navigation. Oh, it didn't let me.
That's fine. It's mental math.
Right.
That's fine. So you did use a reroll, you said. So
yeah. So I'll do another one.
There you go.
Enough.
That's good enough. Okay. So you are able to mark this down and find where it is again. All right.
Yeah.
So it'll take you 7 hours to get back to Bral. I think everyone would at least get some basic sleep because you have been up through the night at this point. And you know your sleep schedules are going to be messed up.
Yeah.
But it is going to be kind of late afternoon by the time you get back.
Yeah, Braxon's happy to stay up with the crew on the way back and let everyone go to sleep. If people want to have a chat before they go to sleep, we can do that. Otherwise, we'll just make plans back on Bral. And you can go to sleep as fast as possible so you can get your spells back as fast as possible.
I mean, and once you're docked up on Bral, I mean, I'll still be on the ship sleeping, so...
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't think there's too much of a rush. So
Braxon can make sure a crew person wakes everyone up when they need to be woken up and not before. And that sort of thing.
I mean, when you put back into Bral, I mean, you're staying on the ship, so people can continue to sleep. So
yeah,
unless you want to do something right away. So
yeah, Braxton will stay up until we come back, unless Ockar has all these spells and wants to do half and half or something. but it's probably best for just one of us to be drowsy.
Doing the half and half with the pillows works for you two. I would suggest.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. We'll do that then, if Ockar's up for that.
I mean, Finn hasn't used
Sure.
any spells.
I'm up for it.
Yeah, let's put Finn in charge.
All right.
Finn's not used any spells.
So you'll get back to Brawl, and let's go ahead. And there's no volunteering people who aren't here. Go ahead and calculate some XP. It is like when they're not here, they miss out on stuff. But at the same time, you can't use them for free access to things that you wouldn't otherwise have. You can't be like, make Finn do it. Finn will do anything. Doesn't work that way.
No, Finn.
Wow, it was just
I
staying
know. I'm
awake
just saying.
and just handling the money once we get to
It's
pull.
but
Finn-
he's not here, so
Finn-
you
Finn
gotta
won't-
figure things out on your own.
Finn won't do anything, but we just tell him there's a bad man inside pulling the wings off of flies.
All right, so XP wise, that is going to be. Let me calculate out. That'll be. All right, so Braxon, that'll be 1500 XP.
1,500, thank you.
Ockar, that'll be 1,000. Lafdul, that'll be 1,000. Solas, that'll be 1,300. And Leva, that will be 650.
I was thinking to speak with Dead help at all. My XP calculation.
Yes, I did forget that. What level is that again?
A third.
And he cast it 4 times.
Yeah, but some of those
One
were
of
more
them
effective.
failed.
Yeah, one of them failed, and some of them were more effective than others. So that is going to be 300 XP for your priest.
Yay, something's better than nothing.
I mean, with old, sometimes it's the one XP point that matters.
That's the fun thing about XP.
Yeah,
That's the fun
I'm
thing
not
about XP.
doing the points, decibels. It's not with multi-class. It's not worth the hassle, especially when one of them gets 10% and the other one doesn't.
All right. So, anyone going up a level?
No.
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay.
I
not
just
for a
realised.
long while.
I just realised what we maybe should have done when we came away. We maybe should have left something on the asteroid that would let us track it. Oh no, it only tracks people, doesn't it? That thing. Forget that.
It can
I mean,
track
if you
some
were
things, but you need to have a thing related to the thing. So
Yeah.
if someone eats half your pie, you can put the other half in there and track who ate your pie. All right. So I want to thank you guys for playing. We will be back next week as the party has gotten back to Brawl. They can start making some plots or plans if they so please. But that will be for next time. So I want to thank you guys for playing, and I want to thank everyone out there for watching. And we shall see you next time.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for having us. See you later.
See you next time, everyone.